On Sunday, December 1st, President Joe Biden pardoned his son Hunter Biden of all federal crimes. I have one word response to that. Good.
I have no fear whatsoever of anybody or anything.
Serious? Anyone coming up?
Somebody's coming up. Somebody's serious. Somebody's coming up. Somebody's serious. Somebody's coming up.
Hey everybody, Jerry Williams, aka Greater Sapien here. Thanks for stopping by. That's right, Joe Biden went against his pledge to not pardon his son Hunter on Sunday, and I have no problem with that whatsoever. Aren't you being hypocritical, Jerry? Aren't you holding Biden to a different standard? No. One, because I never thought he should have made that pledge in the first place, and two, people are allowed to change their mind when circumstances change. Look, I do not own a gun. Okay, well, there might be an old one in storage that belonged to my grandfather. I don't know. But let's say I have pledged to not own a gun. Maybe there was a tragedy in the family and I promised my mother or my aunt or somebody to never own a gun. But then let's say I take a position online that starts getting me harassed. I get death threats. My family gets threats and people start showing up to my house threatening violence. And I decide to get a gun. Oh my God, Jerry, how dare you go back on this pledge? Well, guess what? The circumstances changed. The circumstances for Biden have changed. Donald Trump will be taking office in 40-something days, and he has pledged to go after his political enemies. Now, he can't touch Joe because Joe has all the immunity that Trump asked for. But he can go after Hunter, and there's reason to think he will. Because on Friday, before the pardoning of Hunter Biden, Trump named Kash Patel as the person he wants to head up the FBI. Kash Patel, seen here failing to find the howling coyote in a magic eye poster, has vowed all-out warfare against Trump's critics and has a list of people he's ready to imprison. And given that these are new circumstances of Trump and possibly Kash Patel being in charge of the FBI, Hunter Biden should only be the start of Biden's pardoning spree. And I say spree because I think Biden should get mad crazy with his pardons, starting with the 60 or so people that Kash Patel has vowed to go after. Here they are. These are people who the next pick for the FBI director, with absolutely zero evidence, has vowed to sick the government on. Here he is talking to Steve Bannon last year.
We will go out and find the conspirators, not just in government, but in the media. Yes, we're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens, who helped Joe Biden rig presidential elections. We're going to come after you. Whether it's criminally or civilly, we'll figure that out. But yeah, we're putting you all on notice. And Steve, this is why they hate us. This is why we're tyrannical. This is why we're dictators, because we're actually going to use the Constitution.
Sorry, buddy, but you are so close here. No, the reason you are tyrannical and dictators is because you make lists of people you have decided to go after with zero evidence, but because they oppose you politically, criminally, civilly, we'll figure that out. Fuck you, Kash. By the way, that's Jerry Williams, Oakland, California. So yeah, these 60 people should be offered a blanket pardon just like Biden gave Hunter, as should all of the evening hosts at MSNBC, 60 Minutes, CNN, Pod Save America, The Lincoln Project, Keith Olbermann, Liz Cheney, the host of the Call Her Daddy podcast, Charlamagne the God, any celebrity that endorsed Harris, and the heads of any grassroots get out the vote programs. Thousands of pardons. There should be people whose sole job is to listen to right-wing media and go through the archives of right-wingers in interviews over the last 4 years, and whenever they think, oh, they really hate that person, that person's name should be handed to Biden for a pardon, because these people are all about using their power to execute their personal grievances. Oh, and making themselves and their families rich, but that's for another day. Now, I'm half joking here, but only half joking, because I do think that Joe Biden, the one person who has the power that Trump will soon have, should do whatever he can to make it harder for Trump and his cronies to terrorize their political enemies. You know, in August of 2025, when Trump or his henchmen are out looking for blood because Rachel Maddow mentioned concentration camps in her show or something, I want the DOJ to tell Trump that Maddow got a pardon covering any potential federal crime going back to high school. I want it to be really hard for them to follow through on their worst instincts, because Congress isn't going to stop them. Their ethics aren't going to stop them. Pretty much, it's up to Joe Biden at this point. And that's why he pardoned Hunter. Not to stop him from facing the consequences of what he was convicted of, though personally, I think he should have waited and let Hunter do like a week in prison, but to protect him from what is coming. He knew that Trump's people would try to make Hunter's life a living hell because they can't do anything to Joe. Now, some Democrats and leftists, and even maybe some of you, are wringing their hands saying, doesn't this set a bad precedent? Trump will use this to justify the pardons he doles out. Since when has Trump felt the need to justify his self-serving actions? Since when has precedent mattered to Trump? Trump has been handing out lucrative positions to his personal lawyers over the last 2 weeks, probably as a form of payment since he didn't pay them for being his lawyers. And you people think Hunter getting pardoned was the green light that he was waiting for? Get the fuck out of here. No. Joe knew they would go after Hunter as a form of retribution, and so he protected him. And guess what, Joe? They're going to try it with other people. And there's going to be very few mechanisms with the power to stop them. But you have the power, Joe. So, it's time to play Santa Claus, buddy. Jerry Williams, Oakland, California.
And the Shogun is the master. Why don't you sit down and shut up? Why don't I sit down and what? I said, why don't you sit down and shut up? Why don't anybody who wants me to sit down and shut up come down here and make me?
I can't